Disclaimer. The MBTI assessment really should not be used for children younger than age 12 as it simply is not reliable at such a young age. Children are still becoming who they're going to be. Although as a certified MBTI specialist, I do not test individuals under 14 years old. This being said, though, there are some wonderful opportunities and great assets within the MBTI, and there are also observational indicators which will give insights into the personality type of your child. The ESTP personality overall is considered an entrepreneur. This is because they are great risk takers. They're adventurous. They're excited about the world, and they're going to always find a way to take amazing risks and push the limits in absolutely everything. And because they're experiential and they like adventure, that also means that they're very hands-on. They're tactile. They need to be able to touch, to manipulate, and to be able to use their 5 senses, but especially their hands in every way. So make sure that you give them parameters though, so they learn how to be safe and that they know how to use risks. Make sure that they know that their adventure is wonderful and there's nothing wrong with being adventurous and risk takers, but that they need to have some limits, and that limit is there to protect them, not to box them in or to keep them away, but to be able to protect them and keep them safe, especially when you look at ideas like their playgrounds, big backyards, or if they were to climb a tree or anything like that, they're going to find an opportunity to push the limit, and you want to make sure you've given them ways to be safe. Make sure that they have opportunities to really experience life. They're not going to be very interested in sitting in a classroom or learning in books. In fact, this is a personality that finds it very difficult to be in a traditional classroom. So find some ways that you can teach this child without trying to make them fit the mold of a traditional student. You want to make sure that you give them the boundaries and the rules. Make sure that you're always consistent. They need consistency because they're always going to push things. They want to find out if there really are consequences. Now remember also that they are very, very impulsive. This means that you're going to need to be able to create a very child-proof atmosphere for them. Listen to them and let them ask you constant questions. You may want to introduce them to ways that they can find their own answers to questions. Demonstrate the opportunities to use YouTube, to look at some online venues that create some visual opportunities. And then when you're done, have them actually participate and experiment. There are some wonderful books and some great opportunities for parents to do scientific experiments which are hands-on for a child. For instance, let them put a Mento inside of a Diet Coke and see what happens. As a parent, you may not know that that will explode and it goes straight up in the air. And that is something, or an idea, a similar kind of ideas that are really going to help this personality to really grow and to be excited. Not only that, but they're going to talk about and be very animated about sharing what they have just learned with everyone around them. And that's because they're extroverted. They're very, very social. Remember, though, that they also are sensing, and that's because they don't really like the conflict. So make sure that you don't criticize them too much. Make sure that they feel very comfortable and help them in their decision-making process. As an ESTP, they tend to procrastinate decisions, and we want to make sure that we've given them the tools and the abilities to be able to make good decisions.